Boker Tov, good morning, and Chodesh Tov. Welcome to the new month of Iyar, the month of Israel's birth. We're only a day away from Yom HaZikaron and 2 days from the observance of Yom Ha'Atzmaut, with this Shabbat being the day on which Israel's independence was originally declared. Good morning, and wonderful to be here together. Boker Tov. Welcome to Boker Tov from Temple Sinai. Temple Sinai Congregation of Toronto's daily opportunity to connect, to reflect, and to remember. Please do, like Joni just did, good morning. We wish Boker Tov to others. Sandra, good morning. It's wonderful to be here together this morning and to see all of you as we welcome the new month and the new day. And here in Canada, the ongoing receiving of results from our federal election. Good morning, Gloria. Good morning, Annette. To all, Boker Tov. Welcome to Boker Tov from Temple Sinai. Temple Sinai Congregation of Toronto's daily opportunity to connect, to reflect, and to remember. I'm Rabbi Michael Dolgan, and it's an honor to be here with you this morning as we begin a new month. Hopefully it will be a Chodesh Tov, a good month for our people and for all people as we start the new day. So in doing so, let's join together and start our day with gratitude. We turn to the words of this prayer that gives thanks for the physical functioning of the body. Please join me in Hebrew and English. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et ha'adam bechokma, uvoravo nekavim nekavim, chalulim chalulim, גלוי וידוע לפני כיסא כבודך, שאם ייפתח אחד מהם, או יסתם אחד מהם, אי אפשר להתקיים ולעמוד לפניך. ברוך אתה, אדוני, רופא כל בשר ומפליא לעשות. Blessed eternal God, creator of the universe, you have fashioned our bodies with wisdom, creating within us a finely balanced network. To stand before you in prayer is itself a fragile miracle. Eternal God, we praise you as the healer of body and spirit. And let's join together in a prayer for the spirit now. The soul that you have given me, O God, is a pure one. You have created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it. So long as my soul is within me, I will give thanks to you, eternal my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. We praise you, eternal God, in whose hand is the power of all life and the spirit of all flesh. And please join me, La'asok b'divrei Torah, to reaffirm our commitment to learning about and from our tradition. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Va'arev na Adonai Eloheinu, et divrei Toratcha b'finu, ובפי עמך בית ישראל, ונהיה אנחנו וצאצאינו, וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודעי שמך ולומדי תורתך לשמה. ברוך אתה אדוני, המלמד תורה לעמו ישראל. אלו דברים שאין להם שיעור. These are the obligations whose value cannot be measured. They nourish us in this world and help us to create the world to come. Kibud av va'em, to honor fathers and mothers. Ugmilut chasadim, to perform acts of love and kindness. Vashkamat bet midrash shacharit v'arvit, to attend the house of study morning and evening. Vachnasat orchim, to welcome the stranger. Ubikur cholim, to visit the sick. Vahachnasat kala, to provide for brides and grooms. Ulvayat hamet, to keep faith with the dead. V'yun tefillah, to pray with sincerity. V'ava'at shalom ben adam lechavero, to make peace when there is strife. V'tamud Torah keneged kulam, and the study of Torah is equal to them all. Well, it being a day of the first day of the new month, let's chant the morning blessings. Except the prayer Matir Asurim, the setting free the captive, the first one on the next page, We'll chant in Hebrew, and then we'll recite it in English as well, entirely in English. But please join me in chanting the blessings. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lasech v'bina, lahavchin ben yom uven laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzalmenu kidmutenu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani ben chorin. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa li kol tzorki. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, bokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malvish arumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim. Blessed eternal God, creator of the universe, you release those who are held captive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, roka haaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael b'gvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, anoten leYa'ef koach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir shena me'enai, utnuma me'afapai. And we continue our service together, reciting the Shema, joining in the words of our tradition. We take a moment in silent preparation. El Melech Ne'eman, may the divine sovereign be with us as we recite and chant these words. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Vaed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Let's chant the last paragraph in the Torah trope. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל, ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטו אחרי לבבכם, ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Well, it being Rosh Chodesh, that's why we're doing a little bit more singing than we usually do, because it only makes sense to continue to look for the sound of the words, as we will join in words from Hallel in just a moment, words of celebration and psalm. And so since it only makes sense to sing that, we'll do a little more singing today. But it being the first day of the month of Iyar, we join together in the prayer for Rosh Chodesh, Ya'aleh v'yavo. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Ya'aleh v'yavo v'yizacher zichronenu, v'zichron kol amcha bet Yisrael lefanecha, letova, lechen, u'lechesed, u'lerachamim, lechaim, u'leshalom, v'yom Rosh HaChodesh hazeh, זוכרנו אדוני אלוהינו בו לטובה, אמן. ופוקדנו בו לברכה, amen. והושיענו בו לחיים, amen. Our God and God of all ages, be mindful of your people, Israel, on this Rosh Chodesh, this first day of the new month, and renew in us love and compassion, goodness, life, and peace. This day remember us for well-being, amen. This day bless us with your nearness, amen. This day help us to a fuller life. Amen. And in that spirit, we continue, didn't adjust properly, with the words of Hallel, joining together in the blessing for the reciting of Hallel, and then we'll join together in the singing of Psalm 114. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likro et hahallel. בצאת ישראל ממצרים, ואת יעקב מעם לועז. בצאת ישראל ממצרים, ואת יעקב מעם לועז. הייתה יהודה לקודשו, ישראל ממשלותיו. הים רב וינוס, הירדן ייסוב לאחור, ההרים רקדו חיילים, גבעות כבני צאן. בצאת ישראל ממצרים, בית יעקב מעם לועז. בצאת ישראל ממצרים, בית יעקב מעם לועז. Well, it is good to be together on this first day of the new month, on this Rosh Chodesh, on this day leading up to Israel Memorial Day, Yom HaZikaron, and Israeli Independence Day. This Wednesday night and Thursday is the observance, even though the 5th of Iyar, the day of the declaration, is in fact this upcoming Shabbat. And so we have many opportunities to reflect and to celebrate. On Thursday morning, I won't be live with you here on Boker Tov because for the second year in a row, I'll be making my way down to City Hall for the Israeli flag raising on Yom Ha'Atzmaut. As I mentioned, I did send a letter to our mayor saying how disappointed I was at her failure to arrive at the flag raising last year, and that I expect to see her there this year, which is not an accurate way to say it. I expect it would be right for me to see her this year, but sadly, I don't expect to see her there. And the election yesterday was a reminder to me of why it's so important to be there. As I said to her in my writing, it's not about her expressing some support for the Israeli government. The Israeli flag stands not for the government of Israel, but for the state of Israel, for the opportunity for Jewish people to be respected in the same way as other peoples, to have the opportunity for self-determination, to make the same strides, to make some of the same mistakes, but to do so with us and for us in the indigenous land that gave birth to our people. And I was reminded why it's so important, because it's really about supporting the Jewish population here in Toronto, in Canada, where of the Jewish community, some 90% or more support Zionism, support not a particular government or policy, but the importance and centrality of Jewish sovereignty in the land of Israel as part of our identity. And I was made aware yesterday how true that was. I'll have more things to say about the election as it becomes clear exactly what happened. But I'll tell you what was clear to me. Here at Temple Sinai, we were a polling station. And here at our polling station, we had our usual security, plus we had additional security standing at the door, making sure that each individual coming in was coming in to vote, having to manage very carefully to make sure that we could participate proudly in the Canadian democratic process, and at the same time, keep everybody safe. Of course, my polling station, I don't live in one of the ridings that's directly adjacent to Temple. The polling station happened to be in a Seventh-day Adventist church. There was a sign outside that said vote. The door was sitting open. The inside door was unlocked. There was, in fact, no need or cause for any kind of security. A reminder that it is the responsibility of all those who put themselves as public leaders to keep our community safe and all communities in Canada safe. And if ours is not safe and can't count on the kind of protection and the kind of support we deserve from our public figures, then no one else is safe either. It reminded me again, as I was participating in the election, what it is one of the ongoing concerns that we must address far beyond just voting in an election. So please do now join me in our prayer for the soldiers of the IDF, for those who are forced by Hamas, that is, in their ongoing desire stated and acted upon for trying to destroy the land of Israel and the country of Israel and its people. And we stand with and for those who wear the uniform and fight necessarily in defense for a better world. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם יצחק ויעקב ואמותינו שרה רבקה לאה ורחל, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל ושאר מגיני עמנו העומדים על משמרתם. ישמרם הקדוש ברוך הוא ויצילם מכל צרה וצוקה, מכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה בכל מעשה ידיהם, ויקוים בהם הכתוב. וכיתתו חרבותיהם לעתים, וחניתותיהם למזמרות, לא יישאו גוי אל גוי חרב, ולא ימדון עוד מלחמה, וישבו איש תחת גפנו, ותחת תאנתו, ואין מחריד, ונאמר, Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless the soldiers of the IDF and all who stand on guard for us. May the Holy One guard them against all difficulty and distress, injury and illness. May all of their actions bring blessing, fulfilling the prophet's words. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Let nation not lift up sword against nation, and may they learn war no more. May all sit under a vine or fig tree, with none to make them afraid, and together we say, Amen. Well, it is with great sadness that we seem to be going into the days of memorial and celebration in Israel, while Hamas still criminally holds hostages in an ongoing daily crime against humanity. Um, and uh, and so we turn to our prayer for healing, especially in mind those forcibly isolated and many of them injured in so many different ways. And of course, in our minds, as we start this prayer, those in our family, in our circle of friends in need of strength and healing, those in hospitals seeking for better days, those supporting their family members who are going through these very challenging times, those who are ill or injured or isolated in our circle of friends, in our community, for each of them, for all of them, for the names given to me and given to Temple, for the names placed in the chat and this and other services. For all of them, we turn to these words of refuah. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא ירפא את כל מכותינו. יהי רצון מלפניך אדוני אלוהינו להחל עמם ולרפאותם, וישלח לנו מהרה רפואה שלמה ועטרת שלום, ונאמר Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless and heal all who suffer. May it be the divine will to provide healing and strength. Reveal to us the holiness of life, the wholeness of shalom, and let us say together, Amen. Well, it's very meaningful to be here with you every day, but especially today to connect and to reflect. And so now we take time to remember, recalling those in our community who've died in recent days and weeks, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. During the last 30 days, we extend our condolences in recent days and weeks to the families of Gary Brown, Chagit Chovav, Nora Boyd, Irving Feldman, Judy Gert. We also remember all victims of terror and war, including war victims, Galeb al-Nassasra, Asaf Kafri, Ido Volach, Neta Yitzchak Kahana. May they whose lives have been lost in working in the military and the security services of the state of Israel, may their painful sacrifice eventually become a blessing. And we also recognize on this first day of Iyar, the 29th day of April, those whose lives came to an end on this day. On Yahrzeit, we honor the life and legacy of Sarah Cloth, Jean Kraft, Rebecca Dubiner, Harry Gardner, Rose Goldberg, Jenny Lax, Philip Letbeck, Alex Mossoff, John Page, Morris S. Rich, Helen Richmond, Goldie Roth, Maxine Wise. Zichronam Levracha. May their memories be a blessing to us. Our griefs and our sympathies are mingled as we turn together to words sanctified by memory, words glorified by hope. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabah, ve'alma divrach ute, ve'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'b'chaye dechol bet Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kariv v'mu. Amen. Yehesh merabah mavarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitomam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tishbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'mu. Amen. Yehesh lamarabah min shmaya v'chaim, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'mu. Amen. Oseh shalom b'momav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'mu. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and bring comfort and strength to all who remember. And together we say, Amen. Boker Or and Boker Tov and Chodesh Tov to all. Temple is grateful that a contribution has been made to the security campaign by Gloria Roden, observing Yahrzeit for Alex Massoff. Boker Or, Boker Tov, Chodesh Tov. Wonderful to see you. Make it a good one. See you again tomorrow.